Shakespeare Ensemble reading of Lope de Vega's Best Mayor the King. I am Ethan Goodmanson.
I'm Matthias Boland.
And we have a little director's speech for you before we do this 51 minutes.
With maybe a few extra minutes. Firstly, this play shares similarities to Shakespeare's Measure for Measure. So along that vein, some content warnings we want to offer you is this play contains kidnapping, threats of violence, beating, coercion, and discussions of offstage sexual assault. We promise it is also very funny. If at any time you need to step away, we encourage you to go to your right to the bathrooms that way along the hall.
Yeah. Secondly, we'd love to thank everybody who has helped provide us with these music stands, being the one from Doreen's office that she didn't know how it got there, the 5 from Deming to the 3 from the music department. Every department of Mary Baldwin University's arts is present.
And then thirdly and finally, you may hear familiar rhythm of verse lines that halt or are interrupted. This is a Spanish Golden Age play, and what we are sharing with you today is an English translation. Our actors have done really admirable work to breathe life into these lines, but sometimes the translations or our cuts do not entirely support their endeavors.
So, with all that in mind, remember this is a play to be heard as well as seen.
So, we hope you enjoy Lope de Vega's Best Mayor the King.
Thank you.
Act 1, Pastures of Galicia.
You noble pastures of Galicia, you birds that sing of love, you beasts that roam untrammeled of restraint, where have you seen more tender love in birds or beasts of flowers? But since it is impossible to see aught else of all the sun looks down upon more beautiful than my Elvira is, alas, sweet lady, yeah, you, may your beauty grow. Oh, I say to her, Elvira, you are mine. What presents and gifts I shall shower on you, I am no fool not to receive your word.
Either Sancho came down this way, or else my hopes deceive me. In faith, there he is now. I knew my heart would find him out. What are you looking for, Sancho? Have you found the quarrels which I lost here by the bank?
I was looking for myself. I lost myself here yesterday, but now I begin to find myself again, because I find myself with you. And I have found the jewels.
Where?
There, on your lips. Mwah, and look out!
Sancho, you are too bold. What more would you do if by any chance it were the eve of your wedding day?
But whose fault was it?
Yours, by my faith.
Mine! My heart's full, but you said nothing.
What better answer could you want than to have me say nothing? Since you are so cautious, Sancho, let me tell you that we women say most when we are silent. We give when we deny. Judge by this and by what you see, and never believe us, whether we are cruel or kind. For everything we do is to be taken by opposites.
Then, if that is so, you give me permission to ask Nuno to let us marry? You say nothing? You say yes then? Good! I've mastered science.
You have, but you must never tell him that I love you.
Here it comes.
I will hide and wait his answer.
Oh, God. It might be that we should marry. If not, I die.
Elvira conceals herself.
You serve me in such sorts, Goliath. It would be better for me to find someone who would keep sharp watch over my flocks along the riverbank. Are you discontented in my house?
God knows I am.
Then your employment ends today. Service is not marriage.
It ought to come before.
You have lost my hogs.
So with my mind where it was, what else was I to do? Listen, I want to become one of the family.
Why not? By all means do, but never blame any of your hoggishness on me.
She was coming out of the house yesterday. Elvira called to me. Hello, Pelayo. Your pigs are fat.
What did you answer?
Amen.
You did, but what do you make of this?
Well, don't you see she loves me? She wants to marry.
No,
I didn't tell you though so as to make you angry at our happiness.
Sancho, you here.
Waiting. I'll speak with you.
At once. Pelayo, a moment. Wait.
Nuno. My fathers ever, as you know, were humble laborers who bore no stains.
Sancho, you know what tricks those lovers feign to have a rich and pretty woman say, your pigs are fat? Would she not mean outright she'd like to marry somehow with that man?
Her thoughts, mine, intend that way.
Out, rascal! Be gone!
My love will not offend your honor, no true love can. I burn for my Elvira, consumed above the love.
You hear this? Ruby.
Shall we talk of Elvira or swap word about the pigs?
Sir, since you know now my true love, approve our marriage with due rights and show.
What does Elvira say?
She has been wooed and won, and gives consent I ask her hand.
Happy and fortunate with such love and you. Sancho, she knows what simple virtues stand within your heart, well meriting a need for noblest lady that e'er graced the land. You serve Donatello in his flocks, who rears his powers over all his lands, and is supreme through all Galicia. Sancho, I deem it fit you lay before your full intent before him. Rich and bounteous in the extreme, he might bestow a portion of his rent on you, as these the folks you tend. So poor Elvira's dowry is, but her consent is all that's sunk.
Sunshine in heaven, he marry Elvira. Tired. Well, I abandon her, my love turns back.
But more than any lover asks, then her great virtues moves me more than
There
dower.
is no shame to speak with your signor, nor need you fear to supplicate his power.
I go since you command it.
May God bless Sancho. Liar, come with me.
What foolishness to give him to Elvira and not me.
Come forth, Elvira of my eyes. Your father says that he has pledged your hand to a youth in service of Donatello here. Alas, what strange extremity of fate!
You say my father, Sancho, would give me to a squire in service. Then today I end my life. I die today.
And then Elvira, this is jesting only because he answered yes without delay.
I do not weep for you. No, Sancho, it is going to the palace. My bringing up upon this humble farm will be a source of shame continually. You know it is the truth.
My foolish love deceived me. I live my fooling care. I end my life.
And then, Sancho, this is jesting only.
But then, am I your husband?
Did you not say it was arranged?
Elvira, without my asking, your father yet has proffered his advice. It is his wish I go and seek consent of Lord Donatello, since he is my master. Although, Elvira, I have gained in you the summed and sovereign treasure of the world, yet Nuno wills it so. He, in sooth, is old in the world, experienced and wise. So his opinion must command respect. Besides, he is your father. Dry my eyes, I go to speak with him.
Away you go.
And heaven grant 1,000 happy gifts from him and from his sister.
A court of enclosure before the house of Donatello in Galicia.
It was a famous chase. What sport we had today.
Go feed the dogs, Celia.
How well they rose over the cliffs and ridges of the mountains.
Two famous dogs.
And Florizel's the flower of all the country.
Oh, Galaor does well.
He is a famous hound.
Oh, my lady, sir, and your sister yours is mine.
What loving care, and how repaid by me, Feliciana, this watchfulness in you.
When you are gone, I am in such disquiet for you, my lord, nor hare nor rabbit, puny howsoe'er, but is as fearsome to me as wild beasts.
Among the mountains of Galicia, there are no wild beasts. Sometimes, mayhap, a boar runs out from the thick mountain cover, whose marvelous exploits time and again myself have seen performed, which falls upon the huntsman as he roams along. But day by day, the ordinary chase is humble, though various, not to tempt heaven.
I should not give myself this anxious care were you but married, losing all my sleep.
I know no equal, being so powerful here.
The daughter of some prosperous gentleman living nearby would suit you well enough.
Most noble and illustrious Donatello, and you, O beautiful Feliciana, who are the lords and masters of these lands, whom I oft repeated cause to love, grant Sancho your most generous feet to kiss. Sancho, whose herds in so high a house, know I am poor, and in the simple office of my speech, most plain you should not know me. For your train passes 130 persons serving, who eat your food and wait upon your bounty. Yet sometimes in the chase I make so bold to think you must have seen me.
I have indeed, and with your bearing I have been well pleased, and I esteem you well. What would you?
Great, my lord, my days are lonely. My father was a man of worth who died ere he knew service. The line of our poor house in me is ended. So I fain would wed an honorable maid, who is the child of Nuno of Ivar, who tills your fields. She loves me, and her father gives consent, though not without your license. Only today, he bade me learn it was the Lord's to know all that is done of humblest vassal to his most proud that fattens on his revenue. And kings are much at fault if they attend not this, which seldom they attend. I took his counsel, and here am come, my lord, as he commands, to tell you of my marriage.
Nuno is wise, and nor may such excellent advice be paid in moderation. Celia,
Senora.
give Sancho 20 cows. 100 sheep add you thereto. I and my sister both honor this wedding.
Oh, such favor!
Favor, such.
Such great bounty!
Such bounty, great.
Oh, rare virtue!
Virtue, oh, rare.
Who is this boor who makes such speech?
He is, my lord, in Nuno's service.
My lord, I am indeed a prodigy of Nuno's.
What?
I like the man who tends his pigs, of course. I come to ask a favor of you, too.
Whom would you marry?
Signor, no one just now. I'd like to ask you for a cat or two in case I need it.
Simple fellow.
When do you marry?
This very night.
Go then. Prepare the feast. I and my sister grace it with our presence.
But are you sure you will not marry too?
I was to marry lady to the bride of this same fellow, who's a shapely lass if ever one is in Galicia. She knew, though, I kept pigs, and so she up and turned me down for one.
Oh, God keep you, friend, for she was not deceived.
All of us are, Signora,
Well, what?
what our parents passed along.
The fellow pleases me.
Now by my troth, the rustic is no fool in what he speaks. Whereon your lordship may indeed rely, the girl is first in all Galicia in beauty.
Is she so fair?
She's an angel.
How easy 'tis to see you speak, Celia, from the heart.
I do, and had some feeling once, and all my life I could not be deceived.
Some country girls there are, devoid of paint or ornament, who draw all eyes to them, and with the eyes the soul. But they are coy, and so uncommon disdainful of their favors, the pretense wearies me.
Rather, meseems, those who defend themselves are more esteemed. A room in Nuno's house.
Donatello say that?
He did, sir.
Surely he answered in a manner befitting his great birth.
He commanded them to give me the flock, as I have told you, and although it is too great a gift, I value the honor he does me by coming to be my sponsor more.
Is his sister to be with him too?
She is. They will presently be here.
What good advice I gave you. 100 sheep, 20 cows. May God reward Donatello.
Where is Elvira, sir?
Busy with her hair or some frippery of her wedding dress.
As long as she retains her smile, she can dispense with pearls and ornaments, for it is all sunshine.
No man can love worthily who is deficient in understanding. For the very essence of love is this, that we feel what we feel. I rejoice that it is so with you.
I think I hear my master's drum here. Tell Elvira to leave her hair and make ready to receive the blessing.
Where is my sister?
She is gone to the bride.
Senor!
Sancho! Where is the father of the bride? Come to my arms. And what is your name, little one?
Why, sir?
I did not speak to you.
Juana at your service.
Well said.
Even if he doesn't know it. But if a man gets after her in the kitchen, I tell you, she hits him with a blow with the ladle that's enough to curdle his wits. Once, when I got as far as the old, there was nothing left of me for 2 whole months together.
And what is your name?
Why, sir?
What is your name?
Why is he questioning all the girls all the time? And never a word to us young fellows. I'm why, sir.
Well, what have you to do with them?
I'm a swineherd. Yes, sir.
I mean, are you a husband, a brother?
What a blockhead you are!
Wow.
As my mother made me.
Here comes the sister, and the bride.
Brother, show them favor,
You are right, in God's name. A beautiful girl.
and spirited as well.
Modesty overcomes me. It is the first time I never looked upon your lordship before.
I never saw such loveliness. What heavenly perfection. In all my life, I never thought to see such strange, surpassing beauty. In God's name, I am on fire. What is your name?
Why, sir?
Elvira is her name, my lord. Girls, let the wedding be merry. Dance until the priest comes as you're wont to do.
The priest is already here.
Then tell the priest he shall not come in. Such heavenly beauty steals my heart away. Because it is my will, knowing you the further, to honor you the more.
I wish no other honor than to win Elvira.
Tomorrow will do better.
Do not delay, my lord, such priceless blessing, but see my eager pain. An accident, a trifle between this hour and morning may snatch from me the good which now I hold.
Though in mind and in condition low, I would do you honor and make a holiday. Nuno, I say, take her away. Rest all in peace tonight.
I do your bidding. This is unjust, it seems. I do not understand his purpose nor what he fain would do. He is my master, but in my heart it irks me with pain.
No wedding tonight?
No.
Why not?
Donatello does not wish it.
Don't what does he do?
He must have something. It was his command.
A word, Elvira.
Sancho, woe is me. Alas, but I am little fortunate.
What would the master that he puts us off until tomorrow?
I know not what he would. Oh, it must be love. You are my husband, Sancho. Come to my doorstep.
My all will it stand open.
Will it not?
Be thou my cure and remedy. A street before Nuno's house.
You understand me well enough.
I hardly think a very subtle understanding is required to understand you, my very lord.
Then, Elvira and the old man are alone.
People went to that home with notable displeasure to see the wedding so late.
I acted, Celio, upon the first counsel which love gave to me. I would have been infamous in my passion to have suffered a peasant to possess the beauty which I crave. After I am tired of her, this country fool can marry her, and I will grant him a flock and a grange with money enough for him to live. Finally, I have the power, and I will avail me of it while I may, since the fellow is not married. Put on your masks.
Shall we walk?
Do.
Enter, Sancho, my soul.
Elvira,
Yes?
they overpower Elvira.
Is it not you, Sancho? Woe is me! Father, Nuno, help me, heaven! They seize me! They carry me away!
Away now!
They carried her off.
What is this?
Father!
Cover her mouth!
Daughter, now here I see you, but my affiliation, tottering strength, what can they do against the mighty, the young and powerful man? I know now who it is.
I thought I heard cries.
Speak low. Don't let the servants hear.
While I am inside, remember, you must not fall asleep. No.
All later than Elvira's people.
I shall lose my reason.
Nuno, but you in the street. What is this?
What is this, you say?
Yes, but what is the matter? I fear some
The
harm.
greatest that can befall.
How?
A body of armed men broke down these doors and bore her off.
No more. My hope is dead.
I sought to track them by the pale and fitful moon. They would not stay, nor have their faces seen, covering their faces somewhat with masks, wherefore I could not know them.
All our servants in Donatello's train. It is the master rather bore her off to his own house, and clothes were of the sign. Most sure and certain this. He has refused to let us marry. What justice shall I find this side of heaven, he being a powerful man and richest in the kingdom? God knows I die.
Hold, Sancho.
By the riverbank, if I catch his pigs out of the meadow, though they have a guard alone, I'll stone them.
Now is the time to profit by your wisdom, my son.
How can I, father and signor? You advise the hurt. Advise the remedy.
Tomorrow we shall speak with the signor. For well I know, since what was done in heat of youth, repentance will have come with morning. I trust Elvira, Sancho. Nor forces nor prayers can overcome her.
I know, and you believe it. Alack, I die of love. On what unhappy human head till now has fallen ever such hideous mischance? I seem to see her face, streaming with tears while she defends her honor. I seem to hear, unhappy thought, her sad, protesting moans while the cruel tyrant whispers in her ears outrageous profanation. I will take my life. I lose the very sense and touch of reason. Alack, I die of love!
Sancho, you are well born. Where is your courage now?
I fear such things as once imagined, madden the very soul, yet have no hope for power of remedy. Show me Elvira's room.
Show me the kitchen. Of hunger, sir, will be the death of me. You know, I had no supper. All of us were horribly put out.
Enter and rest. So may we all take comfort till the morning. Donatello is no wild man.
Act 2. A room in the country seat of Donatello. To what end, Tello, would you torture me with such dire cruelty? Do you not know I prize my honor? Further to persist but wearies you and wearies me.
Enough, or you will slay me, being so rough and hard.
Return me to my husband, Tello.
No, for he is not your husband. Not may a clown, through fortune, deserve such passing work. But were I Sancho, and he in turn were I, how then, Elvira, could your cruel rage treat me thus foully? Not your rigor see that this is love?
Never, my lord. For love that is deficient in a true respect for honor is but vile desire, not love. And being evil, love never can be called. For love is born of loving what one loves in mad desire. And love that is not chaste by no name of love is grace, nor ever can to love's estate aspire.
How so?
But would you have me make it plain? Last night you saw me, Tello, for the first. Why then your love was such a sudden thing that you had scarce a moment to consider what that thing was which you so much desire. Yet in that knowledge all true love resides. For love is born of a great grown desire, and love goes mounting then the steps of favor even to its own end and exercise. So this, you feel, was never love, we see. In simple truth, mad lust and longing rather, to snatch me from my hold, my heart of life, by heaven confided to me in pure honor. But you would seek to lead me with dishonor, and I defend my life.
But my excuse is your intelligence as in your arms. Listen to reason.
There is no argument can vanquish my assured intent.
But how? Do you maintain it impossible to see, desire, and love all at first sight?
True.
Then answer. How can the basilisk, ungrateful girl, contrive to kill and only with a glance?
It is an animal.
And so your beauty. It is the basilisk.
You argue falsely as prompted by your wit.
I argue falsely.
The moral basilisk kills with a look because his mind is wholly set to kill, which reason is so evident and plain he could not say that he had power to kill, did he but look upon us with affection. Let us have no more arguments, my lord. I am a woman, and I am in love, nor have you aught to hope from me.
How is it possible a country wench should answer in this wise? Confess to me you are a fool, proving yourself discreet. Because when I behold your full perfection, the more it sums, so much the more my love. But you know well the baseness of your state affronts my noble blood.
Forgive me, brother, but hold. What angers you?
You are a fool.
I am a fool, but yet a woman, Tello, amazed before this terrible desire. Let some days pass. It was not said of love I came, I saw, I conquered. Caesar of love above a subject world, although you be.
Can it be possible you are my sister?
What? To use force against a poor peasant girl?
Have pity, lady.
Withholding yes today. She may perhaps reserve it for the morrow. Be patient, Tello.
Is this your pity, depriving me of life?
Be still, I say. You are beside yourself. Did she tempt you? Elvira has done naught. Blush and for shame. Detain her here some days in company with you and me. Better we talk the while.
Would that my tears might move you, noble lady, to intercede in pity for my honor.
Take note beside, my lord. An hour has
things augment my rage. In, Elvira, and conceal yourself. Admit these boors.
Thank God you let me rest.
Of what would you complain? You tie my hands.
Summon these folk, and look you treat them well. Not dare forget the obligation of your quality.
Now, Signor, I sought your favor, begged your free consent, and with your presence, you honored my content. Once having entered our poor house, alas, to vengeance are you bound by dignity, to right wrong so bold, atrocious, crass as fouls your name and your nobility. I, a poor laborer within these fields, but in the passion of the heart, O Lord, my honor trampled. By law she was not mine, but yes once said that union is divine. All slept secure, but then I knew at last they wrapped my lord, my precious bride away. But in the town they say, and lie to me, since you are what you are, that you avowed an open lover were of this my wife, and held her here. You, author of this strife, pity this truth, my lord, nor dare reject my just complaint to you and my dishonor.
It grieves me sore, friend Sancho, to the heart to learn of such bold knavery. Best you inquire and find what mad upstart, blinded with passion, by covert force, by fear, affronts us both with this like contemptuous outrage. Once he is known, I will assuage your hurt.
My jealousy turns flame.
Sancho, hold in God's name.
What can such things be?
I know not where she lies.
He knows my husband Tello keeps me here, hidden.
My wife!
Alas, my daughter.
Let me but touch her hands! I am her husband!
Celio, Julio, but ho, my men! Death to these peasants!
Brother, have pity. Be less rough and hard. Remember, too, that they are not to blame.
Had they been married, the impertinence were great. Kill them!
Yes! Rather let me die than live, however cruel death be.
I lose the sense of life or death.
No, dear, and my own. But listen, better I let myself be slain.
I too shall know how still to guard my honor, although they strike me with 1,000 deaths.
Celio, Julio, but ho!
My lord,
Death! Beat them with clubs!
Death! Death may die!
The servants followed upon Nuno and Sancho and cudgeled them from the room.
I had it well in mind to send you back released, but such my fury to see your brazen, base solicitations, all shameless shown, perforce you must be mine, or else I not be the man I was in fine.
No, brother.
I'll force or kill her.
How is it possible to set her free?
Before the house of Don Tello.
This is the way rascals pay for effrontery.
Out of the palace!
yes, kill me!
My son, my fear is great. He is so turbulent and bold.
In God's name, they shall not drive me from this threshold where I stand, although they strike me dead. Without Elvira, I do not wish to live.
Live, and you may yet find justice. These kingdoms have a king, and there is still a higher court of appeal. You may petition heaven.
Oh, there you are.
Who is there?
Well, I am stuffed full of satisfaction. I come for a reward.
For what, Pelayo?
I want a reward. I found Elvira out.
Turn back! Speak, my Pelayo!
Everybody tells me that Don Tello has had her with him in his house since 12 o'clock last night. They all think now that you'll never want to give her up.
My son, we must find some remedy. Alfonso, King of Castile, by right and virtue of his mighty deeds, now holds his court at Lyon. Go seek him out and lay your wrongs before him, for I verily believe that he will do his justice.
Alas, I very well know that Alfonso is a complete and perfect prince. But how think you it shall be that a rude peasant like myself may enter his presence? I will go to Leon, and I will make my way into the palace, and then you will see what marks they will imprint upon the flat sides of their swords upon my shoulders. No, Nuno, you do not advise well.
I do advise you well. Go and speak with King Alfonso, for if you remain here, I am certain that they will take your life.
I desire not else, Nuno.
I have a chestnut horse. Take him and be gone. And let Pilar take the little horse, which daily goes out from into the fields.
To please you, I obey. Pelayo, will you come with me to court?
I'd be so glad of the opportunity to see what I've never seen before. For God's sake, let us go to the court.
Father, farewell. I go.
Goodbye, Sancho.
Goodbye, Elvira.
And goodbye, pigs.
A room in the house of Don Tello.
What? I shall not know what love is, nor have felt its rigor.
Patience, I say, until tomorrow. And I will speak to her, and as I may, soften this woman.
No, she is no woman. A wild beast, rather, said she gives such pain. Promise her silver, gold, and priceless gems, or what you will. Tell her that I will give her a world of treasure. Tell her if she will remedy my pain, I will endow her with a farm and flocks. For were she but my equal...
It's possible you should talk like this.
Yes, sister, yes! For else I must die, or else enjoy her.
I go to plead with her, though it be vain.
Go then, and quickly bring my hope relief. For if my steadfast faith shall not achieve the goal desired, the love and troth I bear shall be transformed to vengeance by despair.
A hall in the palace of the King of Lyon.
Who yet would speak with me? None, sire, remains to wait your pleasure.
Propped up against the gate, I saw but now a poor Galician peasant, and passing sad he seemed.
Held by my hand, who would resist the poor? Which is the king, Signor? Speak and be calm. Tell me your name and whence you come.
O prince and sovereign, once up my lips, unworthy householder approach that hand, and I am eloquent.
You bathe it in your tears, but for what cause?
My eyes did wrong to weep, yet since my lips give voice to their complaint.
Take courage, pray, and do not shed these tears. Who does you wrong?
Sire and Signor, I am Hidalgo born, though humbly poor. The which remembered, I sought an equal mate. In holy wedlock, I made my purpose known unto the Lord of all that country round, by name and right, Dontello the Myriad. Seeking his license, freely he gave it me, and as my sponsor stands before the altar. But love, which drives the wisest men to folly, blinded his sight and fired his heart to lust of my beloved peasant girl. Signor, he would not have us wed, and that same night, with armed force, he ravished her away. For having begged her back with tears, Signor, her father and I, so fierce was his response, that to our breasts they bared their naked swords.
Count,
Signor,
bring pen and paper on a moment.
The king sits and writes.
who should be so hard of heart as to refuse the board?
Kings of Spain must all be angels.
Count, seal this letter. What is your name, good man?
My name is Sancho, sire, who at your feet begs justice of your holy clemency. On one vaunting in power, grown insolent to wrap from me my true and lawful wife, and would therewith deprive me of my life, did I not flee.
And such a tyrant breathe in all Galicia.
So famed is he, that from the margin of those river glades he is obeyed.
The letter sealed, which superscribes to Tello Amira, give him this letter. He will return to you forthwith your wife.
Can greater favor be even at your hand?
You come afoot?
No, sire, upon 2 horses, Goliath on myself.
Galloped like wind or even faster. The fact is, though, that mine has some abominable, beastly tricks. You scarcely mount him, but he down and rolls, either in sand or straight into the river, and runs besides like all profanity, and eats like a student. When he sees an inn, he either goes in or stops still instantly.
You are a likely knave.
I'm one side who left his native land for sight of you.
And what is your complaint?
Yes, hunger. There's the kitchen's hereabouts.
A most amusing knave. How curious a pair that land has joined. One being so wise and the other such a fool. Accept this gift. They are doubloons. You take this letter and go in happy hour.
May heaven guard you.
Hello, I took them. Plenty of it, too.
Ah, my Elvira, fortune here is writ upon these papers. In my hand I bear, prompted by hope, deliverance of thy beauty.
A room in the country seat of Dontello.
In accordance with your commands, I have inquired about the churl, and I had this information under threats, although Nuno himself refused to answer. He is not in the valley. He has been absent some days.
They tell me he has gone to Lyon.
To Lyon? To what end?
To speak with the king?
But for what purpose? He is not Elvira's husband, and therefore I have not done him wrong.
As the lad has wit in his head, my lord, and as he is in love, in truth, this daring does not surprise me.
See Miss Cecilia.
So help me God, my lord, but it is Sancho.
Bid him come in. I will receive him here.
Great, my lord, I cast myself before your feet.
Where have you been, Sancho? Some days have passed since last you came into my presence.
Rather, they seem years to me. My lord, when I found how you persisted in the passion wherewith you were consumed, or call it love, for my Elvira, I betook me to appeal to the King of Castile, who is the supreme and highest judge, and who had the power to right all wrong.
So? And what, pray, did you tell him of me?
I told him that at the moment of my marriage, you stole my wife away.
Your wife? You lie, base knave. How? Did the priest come in who was there that night?
No, my lord.
If he never joined your hands, then how can it be marriage?
I have not come to discuss whether or not it be marriage. The king has granted me this letter which is written in his own hand.
Upon receipt of this, you will deliver up to this poor peasant the woman whom you have taken from him, without word of reply. Remember that kings are never distant when it is their duty to punish evil. The king. Man, what is this that you have done?
I do, my lord, and because I am assured of your nobility, I have brought this letter that you may restore me to my wife.
Then out of respect to this same letter, know that you and this miserable clown who comes with you, I do not string you up here on the battlements. Out of my palace on the instant, and look you linger not within my lands, or I will have you done to death with clubs.
Straight too, and we were great fools to put him to this displeasure.
If I have taken your wife, you knave, know I am who I am, and I reign here, and here I do my will as the king does. Kill them, I say. But no, let them go. It is an unworthy thing in a hidalgo to stain his sword with peasants' blood.
No, don't do it. Honor your life.
Now what do you say?
I say out of Galicia.
My brain whirls round when I consider that this fellow refuses to obey his king because he has 3 or 4 henchmen gathered here about him. For so help God. Let us return to Leon. I shall report to him what has happened.
Better hurry, Sancho, for this fellow has not yet possessed Elvira,
How do you know that play?
because he would have given her back once he had done his will.
Act 3, a hall in the palace of the king.
I see him now, on whom Pelayo I would dower my soul, the all of life I have to give.
Draw near and bow.
Most glorious emperor and sovereign, knowest thou me?
Some farmer of Galicia, meseems you are, who here besought my favor.
I am, Signor. Deeply it grieves me to return. No other course was possible to me.
Say first what wrong you suffer. Be advised I bear you well. Ever with me the poor hold letters of high favor.
Unconquered sire. Then, those you gave, Donatello had and read, but read and not respected. Mortal rage they stirred in him. He would not give me back the price I had so loved. Not only this, but a new chastisement bestowed on me, because I bore them in such treacherous sort, that right good fortune and a miracle was it to escape this side of death, Signor. You would not let me see them.
In my own hand, written and signed, he dared tear up that letter. Enough. So shall I with a single stroke impose my remedy. Count,
Sire, Senor.
Enrique,
Sire.
we shall in person to Galicia, for it behooves us justice should be done. And let no word of this be known. Station our sentries at the palace gates. Command they close the park.
Open they stand to all the people.
Then how shall aught be known when those of our own bedchamber do proclaim that we are ill?
I am of other mind.
It is my purpose. I make no further answer.
Be gone 2 days, and all Castile shall see what cure you make of your infirmity.
Good swains,
Great word and sire.
offended sore at the cruelty, mad violence, and rage of Tello, here we take upon ourselves in our own person to do chastisement. Go on before, and look you the bride's father be prepared, holding his house against our coming. Breathe no word of what impends to mortal living. Hark you, peasant, though all the world should question who I am, you are to say a noble of Castile, and lay your hand upon your mouth like this. Take heed and mark me well, and never be without these first 2 fingers on your lips.
Sire, I shall hold them there so firm and tight that you shall never see me gape again. But yet, my lord, your majesty, must pity me while you admire the feat and grant me leave to eat from time to time.
I do not need to have you put in always hand to mouth.
Before the house of Donatello.
say that I may see her?
To which intent my master, Lord Donatello, gives consent.
What boots it now, since the disgrace is mine?
There is no cause for fear. So certain am I that Elvira choose Celio for her spouse, nor should accuse him of suspicion. I would wed her sure as she is in your house remains secure.
Where do you say the grating is?
Here, towards the tower on this side of the window, for the full view.
Methinks I see a form enveloped in white.
Approach. I go. Should you be seen? Why, I must not be found. Now I have done this thing upon your steadfast love's importunity.
Elvira appears at a grating in the tower.
Is it you, unhappy child?
Who should it be but I?
I never thought to see your face again. Not that these bars can find you prisoner in cruel duress, but rather in my sight I hold you for dishonored. So foul a thing dishonor is in honorable minds. So vile, so loathsome, ugly, even to me who brought you to the world. Even to me who must forbid that I should see you more.
Father, I am your daughter. If the life which stirs in me is wholly from you sprung, from you perforce springs that nobility which proudly I repay. This is the truth. The tyrant had it in his mind to force me, but I have known the practice of defense with courage more than human. Hold up your head in pride, for rather would I lose my life than that this murderer, this homicide should triumph o'er my honor, though with force and cruel hand he holds me here concealed.
Ready, daughter. I freed my heart from the extreme of jealousy.
Poor Sancho. How fares he now?
Before he seeks again our famous king, Alfonso concealed.
He is not in the village then,
I look for his return today.
and I to see him slain.
Cruelty passes belief.
He swears by heaven to rend him limb from limb.
Sancho is wise, will protect himself.
Oh, that I had it in my power to leap headlong from this high tower into your arms. Father, I go. 'Tis best. They seek for me. Farewell.
Never to meet again. I die.
Elvira disappears.
Now, with whom, Churl, do you speak?
I speak my grief unto these stones, Signor. How they live. For though the stone be hardened stone, yet heaven has lent it pity.
Peasants, slaves, though you should voice lament and rain down tears, the object of my passion shall not scape from out my hands. For I adore and love her. There is no lordship like frail beauty's sway, with youth and spirit blended and wise art.
You speak the truth, Signor. So help you God.
If she will do her part, I shall in turn requite your just deserts. Ho, Celio,
Senor,
lead out Elvira to the place I have commanded.
consider, my lord, look what you do.
He cannot see who's blind.
I pray you be advised to force her, sir, with cruelty.
Well, had she pitied me, I had not forced her, Celio.
Senor, such courage and such chastity are rare and greatly to be prized.
Argue no more against my will.
Will you haste? It is not well to ape the evil deed, only good.
Or good or ill. Today she yields submission of her proud disdain. Obsession now. Love once it may have been.
A room in Nuno's house.
You are both welcome home.
I cannot say how well we are from Juana, so it be the will of heaven.
So it would be the will of heaven, Juana. At least it will come out. Well, that would come.
Did you murder us all?
Where's the master?
Gone, I couldn't speak of Elvira.
What? Will Donatello permit her to talk with him?
In the window in the tower, as Celio said. Is she still remaining in the tower? Oh, here comes Nino.
Signor,
My son, what news?
I return with a lighter heart to your service.
You return with a light heart? In what way?
I bring a just judge with me.
We are bringing a judge with us who will. I forgot no fingers.
But has he a large force with him?
2 men.
Then I must entreat you to attempt nothing further, my son. The effort will be useless, because a mighty nobleman will either twist justice to his liking, or at sunlight when we are all asleep, when I was murdered in our beds.
You must have lodgings made ready for him, because he is a right worthy and honorable man.
He's so honorable that I might almost say.
Don't you fool.
I forgot. I better not say another word.
Rest yourself, my son. Before we are done, I fear this infatuation will have cost the forfeits of your life.
But first, I must see the tower where my Elvira is confined.
What rare devotion.
Literally, I believe there is never anything like it in the world.
Come here, Clyde.
That's his whole concern.
Come here, I say.
I'll be back in a moment.
Come here.
What do you want?
Who is this Sir Judge, this magistrate that Sancho brings home with him?
This judge, sir. This magistrate, he's a man of excellent fine judgment, pale yet fiery, and if I make no mistake, he's a great doctor, or else he will shortly prove himself to be one, only when he orders people to be bled or somehow about the neck.
Was there ever such a stupid beast?
Three gentlemen are just standing at the door of the house from 3 fine horses.
So help me God, but they're here.
I knew you as soon as I saw you a great way off.
Remember, Sancho, no word that I am here.
You are welcome, sir.
Who are you?
This is Nuno, my father-in-law.
Well met, Nuno. Let all the laborers be warned, lest Donatello be advised a judge has come.
Then it will be better, in my opinion, if we have them all locked up so that none may wander from the house. Sir, my mind misgives me this business. You've only brought 2 men. There is not a more powerful lord in all the kingdom, nor more headstrong.
Nuno, the king's staff is like the thunder. It gives warning where the lightning is about to strike. As you see, I came along to dispense justice for the king.
Behold such godlike worth in your presence, it makes me tremble, but I am not going to. Dress yourself first, sir, if you have more than time.
I have never more than time. Did you arrive home well, Pelayo?
Yes, my lord, I arrived home very well. Your Highness, remember?
What I told you?
Yes, to put on the bridle. Your Grace had a pleasant journey.
Thanks be to God, a very pleasant journey.
Why, my fate. If I ever get through with this business, I've made up my mind to present you with a pig as big as yourself. Oh, a little one then, like I am.
Summon your people without further delay.
What is your wish, master?
Those who are here will suffice. Tell me, who are you?
I am Bruno, kind sir, a shepherd upon these pastures.
What know you of Donatello and this matter of Elvira?
Some men carried her off in the night of her wedding day.
And you, who are you?
Juana, sir, her servant who waits in Elvira. But now, alas, I know she has lost her honor and her life.
And who is this good man?
My lord, this is Felino the Piper. At night, he does nothing but pipe up and down after the witches all over the plowed fields.
Declare what you know of this.
I was coming into pipe, sir, and I saw Donatello give orders not to let the priest come in. And when the wedding was broken off, he carried Elvira away with him to his house.
Who is this country wench?
She's Leonora of Cueto, daughter of Pedro Miguel of Cueto, who was all professor of
That will do for the president. Gentlemen, to rest. We shall pay a visit to Donatello, yes, this afternoon.
Upon less testimony than this, you might well be assured that Sancho has not deceived you. The guilelessness of these folks is the most convincing proof.
Let a priest be sent for secretly, and a headsman.
Sancho,
Master,
I cannot understand what sort of a judge this man is. Without entering the process, he sends for a priest and an execution.
Nuno, I do not understand what he would do.
Even with an armed battalion, he could not take him.
We had better make sure, though, that he first have food enough to eat. Afterward, we shall discover whether or not he is able to go through with the business.
Juana,
Yes, sir.
spread a clean cloth and looking that 4 hens be killed without delay, and roast a good fat side of pork, while Felena goes down into the vault for wine.
Sunshine in heaven. Nuno, I must break bread with the judge today.
Courtyard before the country seat of Donatello. Elvira fleeing from Donatello and Feliciana holding him back.
Help me, oh heaven! I have no hope on earth nor succor.
I will kill her!
Hold your hand!
Have care! I shall forget that nice respect I owe to you, Feliciana.
Yes! Because I am your sister, you accord what you deny to women.
Pest on the peasant! She is mad. I come to kill. Either I slay her or bend her to my will.
I know not which these the idle fears which vex me, lady. Nuno I saw, but now an entertainment of some guests of worth. The shepherd Sancho's returned to town, and while I'll observe rare caution, I never saw them act with equal secrecy.
Better at once to warn my brother. You, Celio, remain and guard the gate, and watch if he come.
Enter and do as I command.
Who are these people?
Knock.
This fellow, sir, is a servant of Donatello's.
A word, Hidalgo.
Well, what do you want?
Go and advise Donatello I am here, making my journey from Castile post haste to speak with him.
Whom shall I say?
Say that a judge of his court and of his house.
I go bear this name.
Mark well what I have said.
Nuno is here. Grant license, sire, I pray that he may enter, if it shall be your will.
Bid him come in, for he shall have a part in all that passes.
Come, Nuno, approach. You may observe what passes from without.
Are you, perchance, that judge of Castile who fain would speak with me?
Do you wonder?
And not a little. Yea, I swear to God. So you know who I am.
In the king's name, how does he differ from our lord the king who comes for him?
Where is your wand of justice?
In its sheath, from which it presently shall issue forth, and what will come, will come.
Only a wand in your sheath. I like that well. Indeed, you do not know me. Unless the king against me come with iron bond and band, no power throughout the world will stay my hand.
I am the king, thou knave.
Sing Dominic of Silos!
Sire? What? I humbly ask your pardon.
Now by my crown, thou knave, thou shalt respect the letters of the king.
Obey your rigor, I humbly pray,
I
Senor.
pray you, sire, but she was not his wife.
Enough for me that such was her intent. Is not her father here, who in our presence has uttered his complaint?
My death is near. I have offended God and the king.
Movement my sorrows to thee might complain, Castilian Alfonso, who governs all Spain. I broke from my prison, the cell which confined to position my justice. Sancho of Roelas sought me in love. My father, consenting his suit, did approve. Dontello of Miria by Sancho was served, who begged his for his license, ere the right to be observed. He came with his sister, our sponsors they stood. He saw me, he craved me, and foul plot he brewed. He put off the wedding, he came to my door, with men bearing weapons and black masks before. I was born to his dwelling with treacherous art. He sought to destroy me, my chaste firmness of heart. And then from that dwelling I was taken to a wood, there where only was tangle of trees which the sun could not peep through. The trees heard my mourning, my sad long lament. My locks tell the stories, what struggles I vent. Against his offendings my eyes tell the story, what tears there I shed. I shall live now weeping. How shall she retain contentment or pleasure whose honor lies slain? Yet in this I am happy, that here I complain to greatest judge that governs in Spain. I plead for his justice. I beg of his rule, pity for wronging so false and so cruel. This be my petition. Pour my tongue in praise, but endless song and story should prolong my days.
It grieves my heart to have arrived too late, but yet I may do justice and strike off the head from Tello. Send for the headsman.
Have pity, sire, in royal clemency upon my brother.
Even without this cause, defiance and contempt of our own hand, our letter and our improper signature, these have been crimes enough.
Although there were a direr penalty, unconquered sire, than the death I now await, I do confess a right should be mine.
Mercy, sire, be moved, for you were nurtured in this land.
The Count deserves of me a holy love such as one bears a father, but it is just in equal wise the Count should know what the allegiance he doth owe unto my justice, which admits no answer.
Is mercy weakness, sire?
When justice fails and wanders from the mark, no mercy ever sets it right again. Give Tello, Elvira, now that humbled hand, so shall you explicate your full offense, becoming her husband. When they strike off your head, then she shall marry Sancho, the dower of half your lands and hoarded revenues. And you, Feliciano, shall be dame of this our court and queen.
Good.
Here ends the comedy, the best mayor that came.